Welcome to the ultimate cartoon movie hub. From timeless classics to the latest hits, we bring the best of animation to your screen. Subscribe and join the fun. Good evening to all the movie buffs. The film starts by telling the story of Sharkboy, who wasn't always half shark and half human. He was considered a marine scientist due to his vast experience while working with his father. His father lived in a lab with his son, Sharkboy, and the lab was in the middle of the water. Sharkboy studied all kinds of sharks, which is why he named his son Sharkboy. Sharkboy loved sharks very much and gave them all kinds of food they liked. Imagine, my friend, he even gave them sushi. What do you think he ate? Sharkboy's goal, due to his love and attachment to sharks, was to name them with specific names like Audi, Milico, Biggie, Wig, and Okraken. Okraken was the biggest of them all, and although he seemed gentle, if he caught you, you wouldn't escape easily. One day, a big storm came and destroyed the entire lab. Sharkboy and his father managed to survive, but each was on a different boat, and each boat went in a different direction. After that, Sharkboy remained on the boat in the sea alone, feeling scared, depressed, and more hopeless. Then, a shark he used to feed recognized him in the sea and ordered the other sharks not to bother him because he was the Sharkboy who fed them. After that, the sharks took Sharkboy with them to their safe place to protect him from any sea creature that might harm him. From then on, the sharks took care of him and taught him to dive just like them. They always tried to make him have all the qualities of sharks. They cared for him and made him very strong underwater. Over time, he developed gills, claws, and sharp teeth like sharks. He even had fins on his back. Years later, a boy named Max was fishing, and Sharkboy appeared from the water. Max got to know him and learned that Sharkboy was traveling the world to find his father, but now he was lost and didn't know where to go. Max took him home and put him in the bathtub, providing him with the water he needed to survive. Sharkboy told Max that he was from a planet called Planet Drawn, and Max could join him there someday if he wanted. Suddenly, a girl named Lavagirl appeared. Lavagirl had pink hair, and her body was like molten lava. Lavagirl said she needed Sharkboy to go to Planet Drawn because there was a big problem there that needed their attention. Before leaving, she asked Max if he wanted to join them. He replied, "I'd love to, but unfortunately, I have school early in the morning and I need to sleep." Then she and Sharkboy left, and Max didn't see them again. Max later recounted the story in class about what he did during the summer, writing down the events that happened to him. But all the students threw paper at him. One of the students said that they were supposed to tell real stories, to which Max replied that it was a true story and happened to him. A girl asked if Lavagirl had special powers. When the teacher entered, he said there was no such thing as Lavagirl. Max continued, saying that Lavagirl could throw lava from her hands. The teacher then asked how many of them believed Max's story was true. All the students said it wasn't true, and that Max was lying. Linus said if the story were true, Sharkboy and Lavagirl would be here tomorrow in class, but Max said he didn't know where they went or when they would come back. Then the teacher sat Max down and asked Linus to tell his story. Linus mocked and made fun of Max in front of the whole class until the bell rang. The teacher later asked Max and Linus to stay behind. The teacher told Linus that he would lose marks for what he did to Max and warned him not to do anything else to Max. The teacher then told Max that he was in a class full of excellent students and should try to get closer to them, make friends, and be loved by them, leaving behind the fantasy world he was living in. We are here in reality, not on planet Zamer. After that, Max met Linus and his friends. Linus said, "How about we be friends in fantasy, and you be among us, and I won't feel your presence, you loser." Max provoked him by saying his drawings were weak and ugly. Linus then chased Max to take his dream journal, where he wrote everything, to tear it up and make Max regret it. Max ran with Linus and his friends chasing him. When Max was escaping on a rope, he fell on his leg. And of course, Linus took his notebook and said he'd return it tomorrow, but would first show him his drawing talent before giving it back. Max went home and slept at night. He heard a voice while sleeping, telling him to open his eyes and feel them, dream, and imagine everything he wanted. Max woke up scared and began to comprehend what was happening. He saw footprints leading to the kitchen, where he found a half-drunk glass of milk and a piece of bread with a bite taken out of it. When he focused on the teeth marks, he said to himself, "Sharkboy and Lavagirl." At that moment, he saw the shadows of Sharkboy and Lavagirl on the wall. When he turned to see them, they were gone. His father entered, thinking there was a thief in the kitchen, and scolded him before sending him back to bed. When Max returned to bed, he dreamed he was on a spaceship heading to Planet Drawn, but he woke up and realized that it was a dream. Then he went downstairs for breakfast with his parents. His father asked if he wanted to fix the robot tow bar, but Max said, "Didn't you say it couldn't work before when we tried to fix it?" His father left, and his mother drove him to school to try to fix what he was doing at school. Max arrived at school, and the students greeted him by throwing paper at him. He ran into the classroom to escape them. In class, the teacher asked the students about the origins of tornadoes, seeing the stormy weather outside. He explained that tornadoes occur when cold air collides with warm air, creating circular patterns, which cause tornadoes. The girl who liked Max's story about Sharkboy and Lavagirl said she dreamed of a story like Sharkboy and Lavagirl. She saw Ice Girl and Dream Girl, and the girl's powers came from her diamond heart. The teacher closed her notebook and told her not to tell fantastical stories again. But then the teacher was surprised that all the students in the class were talking to each other about superheroes and fantasy things like Max. After that, Max entered and saw the girl who, she liked it, so he told her to go back to his chair because she was under the fan and might get tired. Then the teacher said to him, "Are you bothering my girl, boy?" When Max found out she was his daughter, he calmed down and ran away to his seat. Afterwards, Max took his notebook from Linus, but was surprised to find it ruined and messy with many scribbles because of Linus. Max got up and hit Linus with the notebook. The teacher then told them, "Both of you, after class, will go to the principal with your parents." After that, the storm intensified, and the weather became very windy, destroying the classroom windows. Then, Sharkboy and Lavagirl appeared in the class. All the students were amazed and didn't believe it. Then Lavagirl asked, "Where's Max? We need him." All the students pointed him out, revealing he was hiding under his desk. She went to him and said, "We need you to come with us, Max, because Planet Droll is in danger." Max went with them, and the whole class watched him in disbelief. Afterwards, he boarded a spaceship with a shark design and reached his dream planet. There, they told him, "There's someone here trying to destroy your dream planet, and his headquarters is right in front of us. You need to save us because you have powers greater than all of us." They told him, "Look, our journey will start by passing through the time tunnel. Then we'll board the train of thoughts, swim in the sea of awakening, and slide on the sea of imagination filled with snow." They began their journey and boarded roller coaster to reach Mr. Electric, who destroys Max's dreams. They saw Mr. Electric, who used electric plugs to attack them. Sharkboy tried to fend them off but got electrocuted and fell. Then Lavagirl tried to throw fire at him. He pretended to be affected by it, and suddenly, he tricked her and electrocuted her. He then ordered the plugs to throw them into the dream cemetery. Later, the master of Mr. Electric appeared and said, "You're stupid. How can you throw children, especially Max, into the dream cemetery? Don't you know if he realizes he's the master of dreams, he'll kill us all? Bring them back to me immediately." Mr. Electric summoned all the electric plugs to expel them and return them. In the dream cemetery, Lavagirl told Max, "You need to sit here, close your eyes, and dream of any dream to get us out of this place. Also dream of something to make me stronger so I can give you a kiss." Max then saw the robot Tobar, which he used to try and operate with his father. He activated it, and Tobar told Max, "To dream dreams that save you from this situation, you need to go to the planet of the giant cake." Tobar then carried them and boarded the train to take them to the cake and milk planet. They arrived and landed on a giant cake. Shark began eating the milk and he was disgusted. Max took advantage of the situation and kept eating the chocolate surrounding them everywhere while they were on a giant boat sailing through cake, chocolate, and milk. They then reached the mainland, which was a large cake, and Max lay there to try and dream a dream to get them out of their predicament. Max fell asleep and had a nightmare about Lavagirl. She began to be affected and got angry, so she stung Max on his shoulder to wake him from the nightmare. Then Mr. Electric attacked him with his army of plugs to capture them. The plugs attacked and they tried to kill them, but the plugs kept electrocuting them, and they didn't know what to do. Max tried to dream of a boat made of bananas, and they boarded it to escape the attack of the plug army. They sailed in the Milk River, and the plugs couldn't go down to avoid electrocuting themselves and dying. On the boat, they decided to go to the Queen of the Frost Castle to help them in the attack on Mr. Electric. Sharkboy was excited and said, "This girl is the most beautiful girl in the dream world. I've always wanted to go to her." Lavagirl heard his words and burned his shoulder with fire again out of jealousy. Sharkboy then said, "She's a complete fool and doesn't understand." Mr. Electric appeared before they reached the Queen of the Frost Gods and took them his leader's dream den. There, they were met by the leader, who turned out to be Linus, Max's classmate. Max said to him, "How can I leave you in class and find you in my dream? You have no one but me." Linus had Max's dream notebook and was using Max's dreams against him. Linus said, "I'm busy now because I have some dreams to dream and trap them in a cage until I return." Sharkboy got angry and upset about what happened, especially with the music that was provoking him. He bit the cage with his teeth, broke it, and they all escaped. Max went to Linus to take back his dream notebook. The notebook was such that whenever Linus read something from it, it would happen. Max finally managed to use his dreams to his advantage. Then he gave Lavagirl a super motorcycle to take a couple of spins. Lavagirl was thrilled with the motorcycle and liked Max's notebook. She took Max's notebook to learn more about her powers and discover herself, but as soon as she touched it, it burned due to the fire in her hands. Sharkboy then said, "There's only one more thing left to destroy the dream planet. We need to go to the Queen of the Frost Castle quickly." They went there, and Max asked for her help. The Queen turned out to be Mr. Electric's daughter, who liked Max in class. The Queen agreed to help them and gave him her necklace, warning him that if the diamond was destroyed, her entire kingdom would be destroyed, so he had to take care of it. They went with the necklace to Mr. Electric to kill him, but discovered that no one could use the necklace except its owner, the Frost Queen. Mr. Electric destroyed the ice, killing all the fish beneath it, which upset Sharkboy, who decided to dive into the sea to destroy Mr. Electric. However, Mr. Electric summoned the electrocuting fish, which surrounded and electrocuted him. Lavagirl worried about Sharkgirl, saying he couldn't hold his breath underwater for long, and went down to rescue him, bringing him from the depths. But when she emerged with Max, she collapsed on the ground, losing her powers because her fire was extinguished by the water she had entered. Then Sharkboy appeared, and when he saw Lavagirl's fire extinguished, he became concerned for her and carried her, running quickly towards the volcano to regain her power from its fire. There is the Sharkboy, the Lavagirl, who reached the top of the volcano and threw her into the crater. The Lavagirl managed to rise again and gained immense power, shooting up into the sky with such force that her power became stronger than all other powers. At that time, Max also managed to gain great power and became very fast, with a very strong strike. Max then went to Linus to fight, and each of them began to unleash their power, which was in the form of chocolate, candy, or human skulls. Also, the Sharkboy went to annoy Mr. Electric with his sharks and threw him into the water, and all the sharks kept biting and eating Mr. Electric in a very unpleasant way. At that time, Max became sensible and asked Linus, "What do you think, my friend? Let's be friends and you won't bully or bother me. I won't do anything to you, and we'll remain friends." Everyone lives their dreams freely because when you destroy people's dreams, your dreams will also be destroyed and you'll be alone. Linus agreed to Max's proposal, and they shook hands, but he slipped and fell before Linus hit the ground. Max went after him and caught him after discovering there were fans in his wooden leg. At that time, the Sharkboy and the Lavagirl arrived, and Mr. Electric came with the sharks that were biting him and told them, "Now you are all friends and love each other. What should I do now?" Mr. Electric told them, "I'm going to Earth now, and I will destroy all children's dreams. I won't leave any child alone." Max went after him to stop him. Here we discover that Max was dreaming in class, and the teacher was trying to wake him up to save him from the tornado that hit the classroom. Then Max woke up and saw Mr. Electric in front of him, who had come to destroy children's dreams. When the real Mr. Electric saw him, he said to Max, "Why did you make me a villain? There's no one more foolish than me." Then Linus said, "I will fight Mr. Electric." When Mr. Electric confronted him, he hit him in the shoulder just like the Lavagirl. Then Max went to the schoolgirl and gave her her necklace and said, "You are the only one who can use this necklace. You can freeze anything with it." The schoolgirl put on the necklace and gained great power, freezing Mr. Electric until he was completely destroyed. All the children rejoiced with the falling snow and went out to celebrate. Since then, all the children have believed in Max, and no one bothered him anymore. The Sharkboy became the master of the ocean and lived with his sharks. The Lavagirl lived among the volcanoes and fire. Occasionally she met Sharkboy, and they walked on the sea together. After that, Max managed to fix his toy into a real game to continue his story with him. The movie ends here. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe and activate the notification bell to receive our videos as soon as they are released. See you soon, and goodbye.